we're going to change the way politics are done in this country.
We begin tonight in Ottawa, where Justin Trudeau has now officially become the leader of the federal Liberal Party. The son of former Prime Minister Pierre Trudeau was the front-runner from the beginning, and tonight his coronation is complete.
I have been, in my past, a very rare user of marijuana. I think 5 or 6 times in my life that I've taken it.
I think Canada is better off with another politician than Trudeau.
Legalization of marijuana will be part of the Liberal Party platform.
Hey Justin.
Yes.
People are curious as to why you flip-flopped on C-51.
I didn't. I was consistent the whole way through that I think it doesn't get the balance right between protecting our security and protecting our liberties. That's why I'm committed to repealing the problematic elements of it.
It seems to me that it's not what people want, though.
Well, you know what? They have an opportunity to vote and decide what they want in this upcoming election. That's what the democratic process is all about.
The only really important result is that we get a Liberal majority on October 19th.
Where does he stand on military intervention? Where does he stand on a monetary reform? Are you aware of his positions on these things?
I couldn't care less. I absolutely could not. To me, this whole election is entirely a referendum on legalizing marijuana with the benefit that we get rid of Stephen Harper. I really don't care about the other views of any of the parties because they're all nuanced at best. It's all really a battle over personalities if you get beyond our one issue. But our one issue I've been working for 45 years of my life, and we have never had an opportunity like this as a voter. So we'd be absolutely stupid and derelict not to seize this opportunity to see if we can get a party that has a chance to form a majority that promises full legalization, to actually see if that happens. There's never been a chance like that, and there's not likely to be one if we fuck this up.
Well, it's very serious because this is leading towards...
It's serious to you, but I've told you, it doesn't bother or concern me. I don't care what they stand for. I'm comfortable being a member of the Liberal Party and advocating them for the very important reason to legalize marijuana. I'm simply not on the radar to identify any other issue.
Federal Liberal Party leader Justin Trudeau is a neoconservative with better public relations than his counterpart Stephen Harper. In fact, aside from his stance on legal marijuana, there is essentially no difference between him and Harper. Both agree on wars and the police state, and more power to the state and less to the people. But because he's pro-cannabis, we're supposed to overlook everything else. But even in that area, Justin is merely a face without any substance. He doesn't have the slightest clue as to how he'll legalize cannabis. No matter how much a teenager wants to go out and buy a beer, for example, there is no black market for selling alcohol to teenagers. But that's not true. There is a black market for underage drinking. It's just that people aren't producing it themselves in their basements. Even the black market for alcohol gets its supply from the legal, taxed, and regulated producers. That's all legalization is about: tax revenue and control. Yes, we may be legal according to Justin Trudeau's standards, but what is the point of being legal if the market is so rigged that competition is impossible? The only thing that separates Justin Trudeau from the other candidates is his stance on legalization. But what Trudeau is advocating is not the end of prohibition, it's just a different version of it.
Just wanna fuck bad bitches. All them nights I never had bitches. Now I'm all up in that ass, bitches.
Small business tax rates?
I think small businesses should be paying less taxes. We just have to make sure that it's done the right way.
So there could be a cut for small business?
We'll probably have things to say about it, but we have to know that a large percentage of small businesses are actually just ways for wealthier Canadians to save on their taxes, and we want to reward the people who are actually creating jobs and contributing in concrete ways. So there's a little tweaking to do around that.
But Justin Trudeau has actually never run a business. He's never hired anyone, never taken a risk, never started something up. He never had to make payroll. He was born a millionaire, son of a millionaire. The last Trudeau man to work for a living was his grandfather, who had a chain of gas stations. So Justin Trudeau's father, Pierre Trudeau, He was born a rich kid too. He lived a life of unearned luxury, and of course, Justin Trudeau himself was born an even richer kid with a huge trust fund set up for him with millions of dollars in real estate and stocks in the stock market, and of course his $1 million antique Mercedes convertible. Justin Trudeau has never had to work a day in his life. Now, he occasionally plays at working, being a substitute drama teacher for a while until it bored him, being a ski bum for a while till it bored him, but really just being a rich playboy because his father's lawyers and accountants always paid his bills with his inherited money. You know what he did with his life? While small business people get up early and stay up late and work weekends to pay the bills and cut costs and sweat the details, you know what Justin Trudeau did? He told an editorial board meeting once that he has traveled to 90 countries as a tourist. So he traveled the world on his inherited money, like Peter Pan, who never had to grow up because it was all free to him. When he turned 40, he decided to grow up and thought his first job should be Prime Minister. What a spoiled brat.
A large percentage of small businesses are actually just ways for wealthier Canadians to save on their taxes, and we want to reward the people who are actually creating jobs and contributing in concrete ways.
Well, when Trudeau became an MP, he had to disclose some of the details of his unearned millions to Parliament's Conflict of Interest and Ethics Commissioner. Here they are, take a look. He's owed money from a numbered corporation, 7664699 Canada Inc. His inheritance is in the Pierre Elliott Trudeau Trust. He keeps his stocks in 90562 Canada Limited. These are all numbered companies. Oh, he also owns 7664699 Canada Inc., which owns stock in the stock market. Oh, and then there's another numbered company, 176078 Canada Limited. Oh, yeah, right. And then there's 3323561 Canada Inc. And he's, I love this, he's the vice president of 90562 Canada Limited. Oh, and I'm not done yet. This is great. He is the president of 7664699 Canada Inc. I didn't know Justin Trudeau was such a businessman. I mean, I'm run off my feet with one little company, the Rebel. I've got a buddy who owns a coffee shop. I've never seen anyone work harder than him, on his feet all day. But we're just pikers compared to this great entrepreneur. We're just tax scammers, like a, quote, large percentage of small businessmen, unlike Justin Trudeau. I mean, he's the president of one business. He's the vice president of another. He's an owner in so many more. What a great industrialist. Who knew he was so good at, what did he say again? Yeah, of course. No, look, that's a joke. Justin Trudeau's never worked a day in his life. He's never created a job, never built a company, never done anything. You know, give him part marks for part honesty. His only involvement with small businesses is exactly as he besmirched them to Peter Mansbridge. In Justin Trudeau's experience, corporations are actually, how he described them, a scam for spoiled trust fund rich kids to avoid paying taxes on their unearned money. To Trudeau, corporations are just a way for the rich to stay rich. Only chumps pay taxes because that's how he really lives. And really, don't we all run our $1 million inheritances that way?
The mastermind of the Toronto 18 terrorist plot that would have killed thousands is no longer a Canadian citizen. The judge called it the most serious kind of terrorism imaginable. It would have led to the most horrific crime Canada has ever seen. But what does Justin think?
The Liberal Party believes terrorists should get to keep their Canadian citizenship. Because I do. And I'm willing to take on anyone who disagrees with that.
Canadian citizenship. For terrorists? Justin.
We have to rethink elements as basic as space and time. And the budget will balance itself. Trying to whip out our CF-18s and show them how big they are.
People in the room appreciated it. There's a lot of people, refugees, displaced people fleeing violence who are facing a very, very cold winter in the mountains. If something Canada has expertise on is how to face a winter in the mountains. There's a level of admiration I actually have for China. Because
basic dictatorship is allowing them. Deficits are a way of measuring the kind of growth and the kind of success that a government is actually able to create.
These tax breaks are a bad idea.
Yes, a big part of this plan is scrapping the income splitting for families.
A large percentage of small businesses are actually just ways for wealthier Canadians to save on their taxes.
Benefiting every single family isn't what is fair. We can grow the economy, not from the top down, but from the heart outwards. And the budget will balance itself.
We have to look at the root cause, but there is no question that this happened because there is someone who feels completely excluded. The Liberal Party believes that terrorists should get to keep their Canadian citizenship. Because I do.
We have to rethink elements as basic as space and time.
But there is no question that this happened because there is someone who feels completely excluded, completely at war with innocence, at war with a society.
There's a level of admiration I actually have for China because their basic dictatorship is allowing them to actually turn their economy around.
C'est très inquiétant, surtout puisque la Russie a perdu au hockey. Ils vont être de mauvaise humeur. On craint l'implication russe en Ukraine.
Rather than, trying to whip out our CF-18s and show them how big they are.
Please finish the following sentence. If elected, my first full day as Prime Minister, I would.
Quebecers are better than the rest of Canada because, we're Quebecers or whatever.
Justin Trudeau. He was born with a famous name. But does he have the judgment to be Prime Minister? He said he'd think about making Quebec a country. He didn't like the word barbaric to describe cultural violence against women. He even said yes, nothing says good judgment like saying one region is better than another. Justin Trudeau. He's in way over his head.
Too sexy for my love, too sexy for my love. Love's going to leave me. I'm too sexy for my shirt, too sexy for my shirt, so sexy it hurts. I'm too sexy for Milan, too sexy for Milan, New York and Japan. And I'm too sexy for your party, too sexy for your party. No way I'm disco dancing. I'm a model, you know what I mean. And I do my little turn on the catwalk. Yeah, on the catwalk, on the catwalk. Yeah, I do my little turn on the catwalk. For my car, too sexy for my car, too sexy by far. And I'm too sexy for my hat, too sexy for my hat. What you think about that? I'm a model, you know what I mean. And I do my little turn on the catwalk. Yeah, on the catwalk, on the catwalk. Yeah, I shake my little tush on the catwalk.
It doesn't matter who wins this election. It's not the vote that counts, but the one who counts the votes.